The most recent MCU installment, aka Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, has proven to be one of the most surprising thus far, changing the franchise's future completely. The film was full of madness, no pun intended, with various epic and intense scenes. Stay tuned to find out exactly what went down in the recent MCU megafilm, along with some of the biggest unanswered questions we hope to get answered in another installment. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was a lot to take in, and if you haven't seen it already, warning, plenty of spoilers ahead. In numerous important parts throughout the epic film, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness challenges the bounds of the MCU, startling viewers. This MCU film has blown the Marvel Cinematic Universe wide open, forever altering Hollywood's most enduring series. Various universes are investigated throughout the film, all in the hopes of saving one, though such rescue comes at a high price. It's a collection of short stories with the same cast, some of whom are actually exceptional, while others are not. It isn't always even or consistent, but when it works, it truly works. Even when it doesn't, Raimi's directorial touches on one particular performance give the film a certain appeal. Of course, it's also worth pointing out that the fragmentary aspect of the piece could be the point and the main objective of it. After all, the film is about a multiverse, and if you're making a multiverse movie, it's only natural for each universe and perhaps each scene to look and feel different from the others. Although, at times, it was hard to follow, there is no doubt in our mind that this film performed well and added yet another interesting layer to the Marvel Universe. Here are some of the biggest and most baffling moments throughout the recent film. Warning, again, major spoilers. The first big moment on our list is when Wanda tried to kill America Chavez. Multiverse of Madness was the first live-action adaptation of the beloved Marvel comic book character America Chavez, and it immediately put her in danger. Wanda Maximoff's plan to take America's strength for herself is revealed pretty early on into the film, and she kills the young superhero in the process. Wanda is shown as an outright villain for the first time in this episode, and she deliberately pursues the death of a teenage girl in order to further her own goals. Many fans were shocked to learn that Wanda had grown to love her during her many years in the MCU, only to betray her morals and become the villain. Next up, we have the return of Black Bolt. Doctor Strange meets a surprise member of the Illuminati in the form of Black Bolt, the most powerful Inhuman of them all. Black Bolt is portrayed with his famous suit, including the characteristic tuning fork on his head, and he's played by Anson Mount, who previously appeared in ABC's failed series, The Inhumans. Given how reviled the Inhumans were, Anson Mount's reappearance is actually really surprising. Many expected Marvel Studios to disassociate itself from the disastrous series, making the franchise's decision to embrace one of its worst failures all the more surprising. Another big moment through the film was when John Krasinski was revealed as Mr. Fantastic. The reveal of John Krasinski as Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, is perhaps the most fan-pleasing part of Multiverse of Madness. Krasinski's character is depicted as an Illuminati member, as he is frequently in the comic books, and he wears a new comic-accurate variation of the superhero's trademark suit. This announcement came after years of anticipation, with comparable reactions to Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's appearances in Spider-Man No Way Home. While the Reed Richards in this film is not from Earth 616, many believe that Krasinski will play the main version of the character in the MCU. Many viewers have actually moved on to fan cast his wife, the Invisible Woman, now that the casting is complete. In one of the most shocking moments, Wanda murders the Illuminati. The Illuminati has been the topic of much fan speculation before the release of Multiverse of Madness, so it came as no surprise to fans when Wanda slaughtered its members so quickly once she arrived at the Baxter compound. Wanda brutally murders each of these superheroes one by one as she tries to get to America Chavez. The Illuminati bloodbath is surprisingly brutal, especially considering Marvel's rather kid-friendly track record. This scenario easily rates among the most violent in MCU's history, which is especially tragic given the wish fulfillment each member of the Illuminati offered only moments before with their revelation. Next up, we see Clea arrive. Charlize Theron made a surprise appearance as the sorceress Clea from another dimension in the first post-credit sequence of Multiverse of Madness. She confronts Doctor Strange about the possibility of a multiverse incursion before enlisting his assistance in preventing one. Clea's appearance and subsequent recruiting of Strange for yet another multiversal adventure suggests that Marvel isn't through with its universe storyline quite yet, and it's got bigger perils that might just be on the way. The mere mention of a prospective incursion suggests future MCU events, like a battle with Kong the Conqueror and possibly a Secret Wars crossover event. In either case, the groundwork for the next Marvel Cinematic Universe saga is being laid. Finally, in an odd twist of events, Doctor Strange possesses his variant. Strange is forced to stoop to unpleasant tactics to continue his war against the Scarlet Witch after America Chavez is kidnapped by Wanda Maximoff, stranding him in another realm. Strange possesses the diseased corpse of Defender Strange and puppets this variation in the film's final fight using the Darkhold. Theories about this zombified Doctor Strange shown in the Multiverse of Madness trailers failed to foretell the events of this sequence. This undead puppet proved to be a gross, unforgettable feature of this film's dramatic ending, inspired by director Sam Raimi's horror background. Now, along with a lot of epic scenes, there was also a ton of unanswered questions. Of course, any film with so many characters and themes and universes is sure to raise some questions. While none of them unanswered questions in Doctor Strange 2 detract from the film's thrilling tale, a few remain after the credits have rolled. In the Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange raises a number of major riddles. The first question on our list: how long after WandaVision is Doctor Strange 2? In the first act of Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange finds Wanda Maximoff in the middle of a plot to steal America Chavez's multiverse hopping abilities. This raises the question of how long has transpired since WandaVision's occurrences. WandaVision's post-credit scene heavily implies that time is gone, as Wanda is shown in the cabin studying the Darkhold. But it's evident that even more time has passed since the show's events. Wanda has had enough time to be corrupted by the Darkhold, achieve enormous power, and learn about America Chavez, and devise a plan to take the young hero's skills by the time Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness begins. All of this suggests that Wanda was on her own for a long period, which raises the question of how no other Avengers were aware of her desperate and dangerous antagonistic turn. Secondly, what is Strange's history with Baron Mordo? Strange visits Earth 838 during Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, a universe where Thanos was defeated by the Illuminati rather than the Avengers. Most of the film's fascinating cameos were revealed during this section, but one of the most intriguing aspects of this segment was Strange's relationship with Baron Mordo. It's very evident at the end of the first Doctor Strange that the Mordo of Earth 616 intends to eliminate sorcerers and Doctor Strange himself, so it's shocking when Baron Mordo of Earth 838 admits that he was a Strange friend. Strange casually notes that his universe's Mordo was focused on, killing him, which he didn't know absolutely at the end of the first film. Did the events of the two films bring Doctor Strange and Baron Mordo into conflict? Although it appears to be a fight worthy of its own film, the MCU appears to have largely abandoned this plot. Lastly, how does Doctor Strange remember Spider-Man and the events of No Way Home? In an early scene with America Chavez, she mentions the multiverse, and Doctor Strange claims that they've dealt with the concept before, including a recent Spider-Man event, which, obviously, that's a reference to Spider-Man No Way Home. But if you've seen the film, you'll recall that Strange uses a spell to wipe Peter Parker's identity from everyone on Earth's memories. So how does he remember erasing Spider-Man from everyone's consciousness? While it isn't stated specifically, it's likely that Strange's spell simply erased his knowledge that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and he remembers the remainder of the movie, including the Battle of the Statue of Liberty. And if that's the case, one has to question what Doctor Strange thinks caused all those multiverse baddies to appear on his planet. How can he recall why he cast the original spell that triggered all the troubles if he doesn't remember that Peter Parker is Spider-Man? And there you have it, everything you need to know about the latest Doctor Strange film and the madness that ensued. Make sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.